Hello there, YouTubers. Welcome to my YouTube special. My special guest is Keith. He's going to talk about COVID-19 and mental health. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, Johnny. I just really had a good test.
Yes, I can tell.
Yeah, I had a lot of problems with the audio on this thing, but it's been a good way to practice what I believe. So good start.
Yes, how's COVID going with you and the family?
Well, for me and the family personally, for me it's not too bad. I've been managing to keep my mind active and clear. Um, my daughter at times and me at times, we feel the isolation,
Yep,
not being able to, go out and just do normal things,
right. So what do
you
you do to
know.
keep, what do you
But
do to
outside
keep
of
busy?
that, sort well, for me right now, I try to keep physically active. I find that, seems to help my mind just
Yep,
to keep my body active.
yes,
Just finding sitting around watching TV and all that just leads to, just thinking about things that are not helpful.
right. I have a few friends who are high anxiety and they're going all crazy because of this whole COVID. So I thought I'll ask you some what advice do you have for my people and my YouTube fans? How can they handle their anxiety during COVID
Oh, the
time?
anxiety.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, the thing that I think about when I think about anxiety is the fact that usually anxiety is a fear about something in the future.
right.
People are not anxious about something that they're actually going through at the moment.
Yeah,
They're usually anxious about something they perceive in the future. So
yes.
one of the key ways to for me to deal with anxiety is number one, to ask myself, is this happening now? You
Yes,
know,
yes.
and if the situation isn't happening right now, then at least I can take some solace in that.
Yeah,
The other thing I ask myself is, what is the possibility of, or the probability of this worst case scenario? You
yeah,
know, and then I try to reframe it. No matter what bad thing happens to you, if you can reframe it in a way that's helpful to you, I
yeah.
think that helps tremendously with anxiety. And I'll give you an example. Earlier on in the summer, I went to go help out a friend, and I had parked my car, left it running, forgot to. I guess it slipped out of park into reverse, and my
Ooh.
car is running down the road. So
Or
I'm running down the road beside my car, trying to get in to step on the brake.
yeah,
And sure enough, it as soon as I get to the car, it mounts the curb, hits another car.
uh,
Right away, I'm feeling all this anxiety about the cost, how much it's going to cost me to repair, this guy's car, and the insurance and all this kind of stuff. And then I decided to look at it in another way. I said, you know what? This was a blessing in disguise, because number one, I could have hit a kid,
yes.
right? I could have hit
Yes.
a kid. And so hitting a car is much better than hitting a child. The second thing is, when I looked at my car had no damage, you
Right.
know, but it
Right.
was just the fact that, I'm still going to have to pay to fix his car. But I wasn't fixated on that so much as I was on the positive side, to say I could have hit a kid, I could have killed the kid, you know.
Yes.
So that's how I deal with anxiety, is learning how to look at a situation in another way, in a way that's helpful,
Right.
because a lot of people, they tend to they have this, everybody has this voice in their head that speaks to them, right?
Yep.
And usually that voice is saying something negative.
Yes.
um, what I try to help people to understand is that that voice in your head, although it's a part of you, it is not you.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me, we'll do a little test to say when that voice is speaking to you, saying, Johnny, you know, you're stupid, or Johnny, you messed up.
Yeah.
Who is listening to that voice?
Yeah, I'm thinking that voice.
Right? Who's listening to that voice? You are listening to that voice,
I'm listening
right?
to yes,
So
yes,
that means
yes.
that voice cannot be you because you are listening to that voice.
Correct, yes.
So the voice is a part of you, but it is not necessarily you. And so you can speak to that voice.
Yep,
When that voice tells you something, that is not helpful to you, you can say to the voice, and I do it to myself, I say, that's not true.
yep.
That's not true.
Right.
Or what is the evidence,
Yep.
for that opinion?
I
You
get you.
know.
I got you.
Yeah, so oftentimes people, get convinced that this voice in their head is them.
Yeah.
So when the negative stuff comes up, they think, oh, but that isn't you. It's a part of you, but it isn't you because you are listening to it.
Right, right, right. Cause I know people that have hear voices in their head and I'm like, would you calm yourself? There's nobody there. It's just you. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Yeah.
And the thing is, too, is, you can speak to yourself. Because this voice is sort of, you have no control over it, right?
Yeah.
You get a thought in your head, and this voice is saying, whatever it's saying to you,
Yeah.
that, you can speak to that voice and quieten that voice. But the first thing I always um, think about as well is not to fight the voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you fight that voice, it gives it more power. So just let it be. Like when my voice tells me, Keith, that was something stupid that you said,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I might say to myself, okay, that's your opinion, you
Uh-huh.
know,
Yep, yep,
that's
yep.
your opinion, but I don't agree with you. Like you do not have to agree with this voice,
No, you don't. No, you don't.
you know? And, I always tell people to talk back to the voice. Every negative thing it tells you, you tell yourself three positive things. It
Yep.
tells you you're stupid, you say, you know what? I'm kind,
Uh-huh.
I'm generous, I'm loving, but speak back to the voice.
I hear you. I have a best friend of mine who I went to school with in grade 8, and she has bad anxiety. I watch some of her videos, and she just bawls her eyes out. I just feel sorry for the girl.
Mm.
Like we're close. We're like besties.
Oh, okay, cool.
She,
Well, you
I,
know what? It's always good to have a good support system.
yeah, and I talk to her once in a while. I'm like, Rachel, calm yourself down. Everything will be all right, you know. So
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, that's really good advice, John, is for people to accept the fact that, if I have a bad feeling,
yeah,
I don't try to necessarily push it away, but I
yeah,
try to understand it. Like, why am I feeling this way? Like, what has triggered this? Like,
yeah,
what thoughts are going on in my mind? And
yeah.
then I try to deal with the thoughts in my head because usually you'll find that your feelings come from your thoughts.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we can control our thoughts. You can control your feelings to some degree,
Yeah,
you know. And by nature, our thoughts generally tend to be on the negative side because that's the side of protection,
right.
right? So if you're walking down a dark alleyway and you see a shadow,
Yeah.
you get a little bit anxious because your body is gearing up for possible danger,
Yes, yes, yes.
right?
Yep.
So anxiety is a good thing. It can keep you safe. The problem with anxiety, I think, is when we start to exaggerate the danger,
Yeah.
you know, or we start to feel like there's no way out,
Yeah.
not realizing that, what we're anxious about is something in the future. It's not present.
Yeah. That's true.
And I'll give you an example.
Yep.
Um, if you're somebody scared of heights
Uh-huh.
and you climb up to the top of a cliff, you feel anxious, right?
Yes,
Like
yes, yes.
when you're at the bottom of the cliff and you're looking up, you're thinking, wow, that's high. And you start to
Uh-huh.
feel a level of anxiety, right?
Yep.
But once you get on the top of the hill, you are no longer feeling anxious about the height of the hill. Now you're feeling anxious about the edge, right?
Yeah,
You're
uh-huh.
thinking, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm up here. It's high. It's scary. But now I'm not scared of being up here. I'm scared of the edge, right?
Right, right,
So
right,
if
right,
by
right.
chance somebody convinced you to walk to the edge,
Yeah,
you're
uh-huh.
no longer anxious about the edge because you're already there.
Yeah,
So
uh-huh.
now you're anxious about falling now,
Right,
right?
right.
Right? Because you're already on the edge. You're not anxious about that because you're already there. Now you're thinking about what happens if I fall. So now you're anxious about falling.
Right.
So the whole point of the story is we're always anxious about something in the future, and
Uh-huh.
it never plays out, or very rarely plays out, as bad as we think it will,
Yeah.
right? Because at the
Yes.
bottom you think, oh wow, I don't know, terrible's gonna happen. Nothing happens. You get to the top. You're thinking, oh, if I get to the edge, I'm so scared about this. You get to the edge, and you
Right.
find, you know what? It's okay at the edge. I'm just scared of falling.
I don't blame you.
you know. So the thing is about anxiety is to realize that we're scared about something in the future,
Yep.
and it's not happening now. So stay in the moment,
Yeah.
stay
Yeah.
in the moment to say to yourself, you know, uh, I mean, this is what I do for myself. Anyhow, I would talk to myself and say, Keith, what's going on right now?
Yes.
And I'll say, well, I'm sitting here talking to Johnny. Um, so all these fears and anxieties I have about the future, they're not
Yeah.
happening now. So I can relax in the moment because these things are not happening in this moment.
Right, 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 right.
You know?
I
So it's
don't like
learning how to move in the
I don't like roller coasters.
ah yes.
I've been
That'll
to
make you anxious.
I've been to Canada's Wonderland lots of times when I used to go camping, and I did not go on roller coasters. My fears is roller coasters.
Ah. But
Yeah.
once you get on the roller coaster, then what happens? You're usually scared of the climb. The machine is climbing up and you hear that click, 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 and you're going up and up and you're
Yeah.
afraid of the climb, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
But what happens at the top of the climb? Nothing. You're not, you don't die at the top of the climb, and then you see the drop,
Uh,
and then you're afraid of the drop,
yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And then the drop happens, and guess what? You're still alive.
Yeah.
And then it starts to climb up again. Well, life is kind of like that with anxiety, right?
Right,
Is
right, right.
that, most of our fears never come true.
Right, right,
So
right.
when we have these anxious thoughts, we need to challenge them and say, you know what is the likelihood of this really happening?
Right. I
You
get
know,
you.
I mean, we talk about learning how to chill. Literally, it's learning how to chill.
Yeah, hi.
you know, because I think what often happens is we have a vision of the world,
Yeah.
and we have a vision of how the world should treat us and
Yes.
how the world should operate and should function.
Right, right, right.
Problem is, the world doesn't listen to us and it functions the way it wants to function.
Yes.
And so instead of trying to change the world to conform to our idea of what it should be,
Yeah.
it's much easier for us to conform ourselves to say, you know what, this is the way life is. Let me accept it and
Right.
make the best of it. It's not that bad.
Yeah. I
You know,
agree.
it's
Yes.
never that bad. I mean, on rare occasions, life can be really, really bad. But I'll tell you one thing: as long as you get up and you're alive,
Yep.
you have hope.
Yes.
All right.
Always
As long
believe
as
in
you
hope.
get up and you're alive and you're breathing, you have hope.
Yes. Like I tell my friends all the
And
time.
hope.
Like I tell my friends all the time, just believe and you have hope.
Yeah, hope is, is having a vision of a better future.
Yeah,
We can easily dream of all the disastrous stuff that could happen to us, but if we focused our minds on the possible good things that can happen,
yeah,
that is way more helpful.
yeah,
you know I remember a couple weeks ago, I had a conversation with my son, and we were talking about some difficult situations he was going through and the way he was thinking about them. And I said to him, well, is the way that you're thinking about it, is
yeah,
that helpful to you?
yeah,
Right? And if it's not helpful to you, why think about it that way? Think
yeah.
about it in another way.
Got that right.
Right?
Yeah,
And you know that's one of the things that's helpful. Another thing that I sometimes will challenge myself is to say, 10 years from now, will this matter? This big thing that I think is such a big drama in my life, and all this potential danger and stuff that I've got going on. I think, well, 10 years from now, will I even remember this?
no, you won't. It'll
Probably
be,
not.
it'll be forgotten.
It will be forgotten. So then why should I, burn myself out and
Yeah,
wear myself out emotionally, psychologically on something that, 5, 10 years from now, I won't even remember,
yes, yes, yes.
you know? But that's one of the skills you learn, hopefully, as you grow, is learning how to reframe things, to say there's always more than one way to look at a situation. Like my car situation, at first I was thinking about how much it was going to cost me to repair the guy's car, when I flipped that and said, wait a minute, I am so blessed that today my runaway car did not kill a child.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then the anxiety about the money, it
Yeah.
didn't totally go away, but it died down. At least 80-90% of it was gone.
Ah, that's good.
Because
That's great.
being anxious about the money doesn't help me, because I'm going to have to pay it anyhow, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so then why punish myself and then on top of that still have to pay?
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
That don't make no sense. Exactly. So I figured, you know what, let's lose the anxiety part of it by reframing that, looking at it in a different way, to say, today I did not kill a child by accident.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a
Yes.
great thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
you know and then when I looked at it that way, then the money, it still hurt, but the money didn't hurt so much anymore.
No, it didn't.
So that's my thing. And the other thing, I guess, when you mentioned about COVID, is for people to realize that, you know through this isolation,
Yeah.
how much we need each other, and how much we
Yes.
need to check up on people that might not be doing so well.
Right, 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 right.
And we don't have to have great brilliant words.
Yeah.
Sometimes just a hi, how are you doing, you were on my mind. you
Yeah.
know there's nothing better for anxiety than to have somebody just to call you out of the blue and just to say hello.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And even for the people who are not feeling that, you know who are feeling down or feeling sort of left out, is for them to develop the courage to reach out.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to take control of your own situation, to say, you know what, I can call somebody, I don't have to wait.
Right, right, right.
you know and even if I call one or two people and they don't answer, you know what, I can call them again, I can call other people, but we got to make the effort.
Yes.
It's your life. You own your life, and
Right.
so you have to take control of it and say, hey, I don't feel like it. This is one of my big things with my daughter
Yeah.
and people I deal with, is don't base your actions on your feelings alone. Don't wait till
Yes.
you feel like it. you know
Right,
You
right,
know it's
right.
good. If you know it's good for you, just do it.
Right, right, right.
Right?
Yep.
You know it's good for you, just do it. Don't wait till the feeling comes, because you find that once you're doing it, the feeling will come.
Right, right, right.
But this COVID has actually made us more aware of our need for other people. You
Yeah.
know, and I'm just hoping that with the amount of people I know who are feeling isolated and alone, I just pray that they would have the strength and the courage to reach out. Sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone and do
Yes.
something, that is a little uncomfortable to you, but it's good for you and it's healthy for you, you know.
Yeah.
So pick up the phone and call somebody.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm always on the phone anyways.
Well, there you go.
I got people calling me, so I'm always on the phone. I keep,
Well, that's excellent. I think that's good self therapy.
yes, yes, yes.
You know, is to have that human connection, and from time to time, if they can pass through once in a while, that's even better.
Yeah. I'm just going out seeing my friends.
Pardon?
I said I miss going out seeing my friends.
Yeah.
I don't trust
you
myself
know
going out right now. Not kidding, this
it
is
is.
over.
Yeah, it's still a little bit scary, but even to go stand out in the sun,
Yeah,
does you a world of good. Instead of sitting in the bedroom or whatever, take your equipment, sit out in the backyard. The sun and the vitamin D alone is good for your mind.
yeah,
I go shopping almost every day, grocery shopping, not because I need the stuff, but it's because I need to force myself to get out of the house.
uh, yeah. I have a friend do shopping online, so I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to do it online. He's blind, so I just have to help him do the shopping.
Right?
So I help him shop online. He shop,
Okay.
and I get the truck to deliver his food at the house.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
But you still got to go downstairs and, get out in the backyard and just lay out in the sun, bro.
Yes, 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 yes,
Go get
yes.
yourself a little bit toasted. Get yourself a tan.
Okay. All right, gotta cut this a little short. My dad just called me for something, so I
All
got to
right, then.
run.
You take care, John. It's been great.
All right. You
All
have a good,
right.
you
Bye
have a good,
bye.
bye bye. Okay, stop this now.